Alrighty, let's just open this up. Great. Let's go ahead and get one of these mice out. Since he's a snake, he's gotta eat. They can go months without eating, but I prefer to feed him once a week. Today happens to be that day. Just take one. You don't want to give them both at the same time, for obvious reasons. Well, reasons probably not obvious most, or some. All started. The main reason behind it is that he can't attack both at the same time. It takes him a while to finish down the one before he can go after the other. He's right there. Back away so he can sense the mouse. Snakes actually don't have the best eyesight, but they can sense heat and light, so they can be able to notice and do that. As he knows, he can be very, very quick with it. He waits for his prey to come near and then launches. Contrary to his cousins, anyone of the venomous family, he will just suffocate his prey until it passes away. And after that, it will eat it head first in one fell swoop. Takes time to get it all down because he doesn't really have teeth like us, so he's got to take it all in one go. For those wondering, like, what about the teeth or the mice claws? That's why he goes head first. He goes head first, it keeps the jaw shut, and the claws are faced away from his throat to where they slide safely. It's like the dull side of the blade running against your arm instead of the sharp side. Now, while he handles that one, this one will live for 30 minutes longer. He will not make it past today either, but he will be devouring that thing for the next 30 minutes. Or, as you can see, he's already starting on it now. This is a weekly occurrence for him. He will wait for his prey and say to lower its guard, and he will kill and devour it. I know there's people who hate that they do this, but it's their best form of survival. Some people feed him frozen mice and it's fine, but dead mice can carry diseases, which, if he doesn't have the proper exercise by the lunge, then his immune system could weaken, and the diseases carried from the dead corpse could hurt him as well. And when they are hurt and weak, they will not go after their prey as necessary. It's going to take him some time to angle that mouse properly, but he will dislocate his jaw in order for it to open wide enough for the mouse to fit. Some people may be wondering that there's no way it's going to fit, but it will. He is roughly 2 feet long as of now, and around a year and a half. I believe he's a male, which means the longest he can get is only 4 foot. But if it turns out that I'm wrong and he's female, Spooky is rather unisex, so he can keep his name, but the females can grow up to 6 foot. They're usually docile, but you never want to go at one from the front if you find it in the wild. When you do, he will lunge, even if he knows he can't win. But that will scare the predator, and more times than not, the predator will leave. If you know it's a ball python and you find it in the wild, then it's best to go out from behind because he will curl up into a ball, or then you can safely pick him up. No matter how aggressive he is, as long as you go from behind, you'll be safe. Now, if it's a venomous snake, it's best to steer clear unless you have experience on picking them up. I don't have experience, but I understand the process. It's the same as going from behind, but it's best to use a stick to pin it down and grab it from right behind the head. I can't say neck because then there's going to be an argument about where the neck ends. So right behind his head is the best place. And if you don't know the best way to tell the difference between constrictors like this guy or venomous snakes, there's two ways. One is the shape of the head. As you can see with that guy, the end of his head is rather curved. That works in most cases, but there are a select few venomous snakes that also have the curve. The best way is the pupils. Granted, it's going to be hard to see the pupils in the wild, but their pupils are more round. Might be the eyeball. I'm pretty sure it's the pupil though. I'm just a teenage kid, so I'm not gonna know the best about that. But anyway, as you can see, in just the 6 minutes that this video has been up, he's already killed it and devoured half of it. Won't be long, and that one will be down the chute. He'll calm down, and then the other one will suffer the same fate. I don't need to worry about water or food for it because it will not take that long at all. The constrictor is a wonderful type of snake to own, especially if it's your first snake, because you can be able to hold it safely without having to worry. If it does bite, your best bet is not to like jerk back and react and freak out. You want to try to stay relaxed and go seek medical help. They may not be venomous, but since they do eat their prey alive, which can also carry diseases, their mouths will carry a lot of bacteria which can lead to diseases. And since they're constrictors, once they bite down on their prey, they're not meant to let go. So you have to get medical help to take it off properly. But otherwise, more reasons why it'd be more adequate one to own is they are more docile and calm, and will only fight when they feel threatened. Another neat thing is that they can actually smell your fear. So if you ever have one, try your best to stay calm around it. You don't want to make any sudden movements because, as stated earlier, their sight is not the best. So if you suddenly show up in front of them, they will jerk back into that curled up position, ready to strike because they feel threatened from the sudden looming presence. Especially since I'm a lot larger than he is, and almost all humans would be. But another interesting thing is that with the price range, it's not too bad at all. It depends on the type. This one is just your regular ball python, or royal python as they would be called in Egyptian pharaoh era. And get tripped up in words. This little guy here only cost $100 when he was a year and a half old. Yeah, it's his age, but I've only had him a couple months. As you can see, it's only been about 9 minutes, and he's already got that mouse fully devoured. Except for the bit of his tail. Once he's finished getting it down, he's calmed down and relaxed. I can drop the second one in, and that'll be it. If you have any more questions about this guy, feel free to ask, and I will try my best to answer. If I don't know, or you don't have the time to ask, Google is always your friend. Until next time, I shall see you later.